Hey guys, what is going on? Welcome back to the channel, Rich43. Hope you're all good. Today we're doing issue 48 of the Ferrari f40. And guys, this is going to be a good one. I've got a fair bit of stuff to do in this today. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. And if you like the video, please give it a big juicy thumbs up after you've watched it. So yeah, without further ado, let's take a look at this week's issue 48. Right guys, we'll start off with this week's mag, issue 48, as I said in the intro. As you can see at the top right corner, we've got some of the parts which I've laid out ready, because there's that much stuff to do in this week's issue, guys. Trying to save a bit of time. So yeah, let's have a quick look through this mag. Yeah, it's the usual stuff, guys. All good pictures you get of the Ferraris and some good information. Last Tango at Le Mans, this is on about. Let's have a look at this one. Oh, some beautiful shots. And guys, the quality of these mags, it's not cheap stuff, you know. This paper, it's like glossy paper, and some of the pictures, even though they're black and white, and especially the coloured ones, they look really cool, you know. And what you could do, if you really wanted to, all these centerpieces, these centerfolds in each mag, you could always put them on the wall, or your favourite Ferrari on the wall. This is the 330 TR. Look at that, beautiful. I don't think the camera does it justice, guys, but that's like a glossy feel. You could get a frame and put that in a frame on your wall if you wanted to. It'd look really cool. I'm thinking of doing that with the Ferrari f40 when I've built it, to be fair, because I'm sure in one of the magazines, in one of the issues, there was a picture of the Ferrari f40, and if not, I'm sure there will be in the future. So yeah, there's Super Season Endurance. Give you some information of each season there. Yeah, and that's the mag done. Now guys, just looking at that, a brief look at that, you can see we've got a lot to do this week. This is going to be a busy one. Basically, we've got new electrical system and suspension components. Story short, we're putting the steering column onto the chassis, onto the steering rack, and by the looks of it, we're putting the suspension and the brake discs on, which I'll go through this in a minute when we go through the build. Yeah, and then it's going to end up looking like that. Oh, and before we move on, before we carry on, look what's come. This little gizmo, that basically is what I was missing in a few issues back, where I had a little rant. It's probably about 4 weeks now. This is what I needed, and it's come just at the nick of time, to be fair. Like that goes in there like that, which you'll see in a minute under the build. That'll go like that, and then you basically put a screw in the back of there. That's attached to the chassis, and obviously that's going to turn your steering. Now, I was stressing all month about this, well, weeks since I've been missing this part, because if this part hadn't come today, if you look at this part here, this instruction, we've got to put a cover over the steering rack. Well, that wouldn't have been able to be done, because if so, you've got to keep taking it off on and off until obviously we had this part. But it's here now. This is plastic, guys, this bit, but I think it's still going to do the trick. Well, hopefully it will. This is steel, so is that bit there. And obviously that's going to go on the chassis, which we'll look at in a minute. And then the teeth will go into the teeth, what's on the chassis. And then you turn that like so. But then saying that, you know, guys, me saying that, I'm just thinking they've sent me this part, and I'm sure I'm still missing a part, you know. Let me just double check. No, we should be all right, I think. We'll carry on anyway. If so, that might have put me on a downer a little bit. I'm sure I'm still missing joys of this Ferrari build, guys. I'm sure I'm still missing some other parts of the teeth. We'll come to that in a minute. Right, that's just knocked me down a bit, I think. Hang on. Let's just look at this, guys. I'm sure we're missing. I tell you what, let's just put it together. and see what happens. Because I'm sure further back a few issues ago, I think there was another part which was at the steering part, but now they've changed it. It's confusing, I know guys, but they've changed it just to this. And then this goes on the teeth of what's on the chassis, I think. Right, without further ado, let's crack on guys, because I'm a bit confused myself. I'm confusing myself. So let's just start from instruction 1 in 2 minutes, just after we see what we've got, what parts. And we'll just play it by ear and see where we get to. Right. So first of all, we'll undo this bag of goodies. Yeah guys, if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. And if you do like the video, give it a like, a thumbs up. And also, press the bell notification and you're never going to miss a future video of this build or any of the other builds or any of the other videos I've got on the channel. And you're doing me a great favour by doing that, supporting me on this journey. Right, I'm just making sure there's nothing left in this bag, which there's not. Right, let's have a look what we've got guys. So the first thing we look at is called the firewall, which is going to be this. Now I'm going to get these out because I know that we're going to be attaching these today, so there's no point keeping them in the bags. So we'll get them out ready and we'll just go through the build. Yeah, if it wants to come out. There's so many parts this week guys. There it is, it's the firewall. I'm just going to put that out shot up there. Number 2 is the front suspension top panel, which is this. That's metal. Do you know what, I've got heart palpitations now. I'm sure that was still missing a part for this steering. It's going to irritate me if it is the point. This is the case, should I say. Right, number 3 is the suspension joints. 2 of those. It's going to be down there. So we'll get them out. The trouble is with this build, guys, as I've said before, there's so many parts what you just put into one side and you can either lose them. These are steel, guys. I'm just going to put them down to one side. Or you don't realise you ain't got them until you need them, if that makes sense. Right, number 4, column. Right, where's that then? Let's see. Where are you? Where are you? Yeah, it's in there. Right, let's get these out. A lot of little parts here, guys. You don't want to lose anything. So the column, it's like a rectangular shape, that is plastic. I'm going to put that up there. And then number 5, we've got detail A. Let's see, which is in another bag, obviously, of course it is. I'm going to leave these in here, guys. They're too little to lose. So you can see number 5, detail A, just in there. That's that one. And number 6 is detail B, which is that. I'm going to leave them in the bag. I don't want to lose them. Number 7 is the door switch. Right, so that's going to be door switch. This baby here, I think. Yep, I think. That's plastic. So I'm going to put them all to the left there so I don't lose them. Then we've got number 8, which is the button. I've just seen that. There we go. There it is. Just that bit there, that's the button. And there as well as number 9, which is the dashboard switch. They're not going to be used today, I think, not if it's for the dashboard. So this is more parts we're going to have to put to one side. Right, number 10 is going to be switch bracket, which is this thing here. Now that's plastic. And then we've got number 11, which is wiring. Now you've got 2 sets of wire. I'm going to leave in the bag, guys. You've got 11 and 12, which is wiring 1, wiring 2, basically. You've got wiring 1, which is the grey one, and then wiring 2 is the orange. But I'm going to leave that in the bag until we need it, because there's too many parts on this desk, and I know I'm going to lose something. And then we've got 13, which is type A screws, which are these here. And then we've got 14, which is type H screws. Those ones. And then you've got type N screws, which is number 15. type N screws are these here. And then 16 type P screws. It also tells you how many you've got in each bag there, guys, for your own information if you're doing this build with me. And then type T screws is number 17, and there's 7 of those in that bag. Right, are you ready? Without further ado, let's crack on with this build. Instruction 1 saying take the front left lower wishbone supplied back in issue 46, which is this thing here, guys. Now that's metal, and I think you can see it there on the video, just there. Let's turn that round. You've got an L, just to make sure you've got the right side, which I don't think you could go wrong there, to be fair, but that's just helping you out there, guys. So what you do is you get the frame position like that, and then you want that, the lower wishbone, in that position. And then what we're going to do is basically put those in those little brackets, and then what we do, you just screw, let's place that down there a second, we screw 2 end screws into the wishbone. Now I'm going to try and get this on camera for you so you can see how I'm doing it, but I just want to be able to get it so you can see it in shot, if that makes sense. So I'm just trying to think the best way to do this. So if I put that in there and line it up, guys, try and hold it in position like so. If you can't see, don't worry, I'll show you where I've put it in a minute. I've got a feeling this is going to be a bit fiddly. And basically put that in there. It's very tight this, but I did say it was going to be a good one. Bit of a challenge. Now guys, I'm going to give this a go, but if there's a problem getting into metal, you know the score, put a bit of oil on it. Bear with me, let me line this screw up on here. What I might have to do, guys, is just start it off camera. I'll try to do it on camera because I want to show you all the way. It's just getting my fingers and thumbs, that's all. Hang on. Not having it. Right guys, I've started the screws off. Now I'm going to continue on showing you what basically the best way to do this is tip the chassis upside down, and then basically, hang on, let me grab hold of that a second. There, push the screw, it'll just push through, and don't bite until it gets to the other end. So don't try screwing it, just gently push it through and through the wishbone, and then it's so easy then. It's a lot easier to screw in, a lot easier, and that's without oil or anything. So yeah, bear with me knocking the camera. So tip it upside down, push the beginning of the screw through there, through the lower wishbone, and then once you get to that side, you can see that little lip there. That's where it's going to bite and start tightening up. I'm just trying to get that on the camera for you. I'm using the screwdriver because that was more magnetic, but now I'm going back to using the Ferrari screwdriver. Now I'm thinking you just do this as tight as they'll go, to be fair, because you don't need it coming off further down when the build's done, because they're still going to move even if you tighten them as tight as they go, which they are. And then I think in a minute, once we've done this side, whatever we've done this side is going to be the same for the other side. So hopefully that should be a bit easier, he says. Right, so that's that done. And then it says, once the wishbone's attached to the 2 joints, using the screws as shown, before turning the frame back the right way up and fitting the free end of the connecting rod to the special pin of the arm. Right, we've done that, so we've tightened those. Now you turn it back round, And basically the special pin of the connecting rod has got to be attached to there. So basically guys, yeah, the connecting rod with the special pin arm, make sure you've got that lying down like that, and then it should look like that around the side of the chassis, and then you want to connect it to that part on the lower wishbone like so. So you just should be able to hear the click. That's that done. Simple as that. And there you go, you have the lower left wishbone. So right after that, we are going to be attaching the suspension. This is exciting guys. Now with these suspensions, I don't think there's a left and right, to be fair. Let's have a look at them. Can't see an L or a R on them. No, they're both the same. But let me just show you these guys. They do actually work, watch. See that? So that means you're going to be able to push down on the Ferrari f40 as if it's got real suspension, which I think is pretty cool. Right, so instruction 3, got to get a type X screw, which is this one here. Do you know what guys, doing this so far so good is a lot easier than it was to do the DeLorean. I don't know if you ever watched the DeLorean be built, but the suspension for that was a nightmare. It wasn't as easy as this, nowhere near. Right, so what we want is get this silver part of the suspension, and then that's going to just slot in. Let me just show you that closer up. That's going to slot in there like that. Now, don't worry about that seeing inside the suspension. It's like it either side, so it don't really matter. But slot there like that. Line that hole up in there, as you can see, just. And then we'll put the screw in, which is an X screw. Wrong way guys, see, I make the mistakes so you don't have to. I was going to think then, how the hell am I going to screw that in there? Don't worry if you can't see very good guys, I'll show you close up in a minute once I've got the thread started. Trying to think the best way to do this. Now, I don't think this just pushes in like the others did just. I think you've got to screw it from scratch, and this is steel, so it might need a bit of oil on it. Remember guys, if you're having trouble getting these screws through metal, just apply a bit of oil on it, and it'll give you some lubrication to get through a lot easier and less pressure basically. So yeah, what you have to do with this is as you start the screw off there, it takes a while just to get through this part of the steel, and then obviously they'll go through the suspension and come out the other side, and then you should get a bite and it should be tight. You'll feel it. I mean, it goes easy, and then all of a sudden you'll feel the bite again, like I think it's just doing now. And then that is going to be it for the suspension. It's attached to the lower wishbone. So I'm shaking the camera, look like you're in an earthquake there. Yeah, do that nice and tight. And then that is the finished result for so far for that. Looking good. Looking cool. It's a bit wobbly, but sorry, off shot. So yeah, that's the suspension in the lower wishbone. Right, what's it want us to do next? Now instruction 4, lay out the upper wishbone and 2 end screws next to your frame. Right, so take it, because we're on the left hand side, we want this one to be the left one also. You can see the L on there. So right, what we'll do is it's telling us, if we place that there like that, and then basically it's telling us to lay that way around by the side like so. And then we want 2 end screws, which we've got some of those here. Tell you what, we'll use this end screw here because that's the last one of that pack, so we can get rid of that. So we'll put that there, And we'll get another end screw out and then we'll start getting these attached. I told you this was going to be a good one, didn't I, guys? It's a long one this week, but it is starting to pop now. I really love the look of it. It's going to just get better, especially as you get the panels coming through. Right, so we've got it laid out. Instruction 5, now attach the upper wishbone to the holes fitted here. Similar thing to what we did just basically. So if I try, I'm going to try and do this on camera now, not turn it off, guys, because I like you to see what I'm doing. And you can see how easy or how hard it is then. Just turn that way. It's just the red, isn't it? It's the Ferrari red you can see so far. That's what's making it pop, I think. Looks wicked. I really can't wait till this is built, you know. It's a bit of an hassle at times, but I think it's going to be really cool when it's done. Right, so if you've seen then, basically push that screw and it just goes through the upper wishbone, and then what you do is just screw it gently and then you'll feel it bite. Sorry it's off shot, guys, I'll show you in a minute. Hang on. Once you've gone through there, it'll bite that side. I'm going to leave that loose a minute. Hang loose until we've got this side on. It's just very hard to get on camera, guys, while I'm doing this, but I'm trying my best. I hope it's up being alright for you. Let's try and angle that is, but I think we're going to get it in. Right, if I put that there like that. That suspension strut's waiting to get in shot, isn't it? Like that, there you go. Surprisingly, you know, these are going in easier than I thought. I'm not having any issues as yet. I've not put any oil on these screws, but you can do if you want to. It's up to you. Right, so that's that done. Upper wishbone, put that like that. I take it this is going to go in there, isn't it, in a minute? I'm sure it is. I won't do it yet, but yeah, that's what we've got so far. And that was instruction 5. Tell you the truth, it's telling you to hang it down like that, so that's what we're going to do. Like that. So we'll put that on there. Instruction 6. As you can see in the image, the left front upright assembly is complete with brake disc and brake caliper needs to be attached to the suspension elements. Right, now I'm not sure if these have an L on it. Yeah, they have. They've got an L on it. See that in the shot there? So make sure you use the L, guys, or you're probably going to have a few issues with attaching these. But these are from a few issues back we built these. Right, put that down there a sec. And what we want is move that suspension out of the way a minute. Look like we're using this hole and obviously the hole for the steering rack, like so. So what we're going to do is get the brake in that position. I'm just checking that's right. Yeah, that's right. And then what we do, let's read it. Hang on. Yeah, I was just checking, guys, it's basically got to go under there like that. Is that right? Yeah, I think, is it right? Was that good? Right, I'm having a bit of a mind blockage here, guys. Hang on. Yeah, had to get me head in gear then. It's been a long week, guys. Basically, as it's saying in the instruction here, you lie the brake caliper down and the brake disc, and basically you put in, if I show those bits here, you've got that bit what goes in the top of that wishbone, one what goes in the twist around bottom of the wishbone, and then one part goes onto the steering rack. And then what it's saying do is fasten the upright. Right, we've got to turn it upside down, I think. Yeah, turn it upside down. We want it that way around. I'm just trying to follow the instructions. It's easier doing that, guys. You don't get in a mess then with type G screws. So here's the type G screws. I do hope you're keeping up with me here, guys. Sorry if it's a bit all over the place. This is what the Ferrari is all about, but we'll get there in the end. Right, so type G screw, put it in the bottom here. And if you ain't applied glue to these as well, just basically go back and forth like that until you get the bite and the thread. You will get it. Or like I say, put some, did I just say glue? Oil. I told you guys, it's been one of them weeks. There we go. It just shows you don't need oil, but it's easy if you do. What you can do is just keep unscrewing it until you get the thread. As you can see, that's not going straight in, so what I'm going to do is get some oil. This is with a bit of WD-40 on it. Just lubes the screw a bit better and it can go in a lot easier. It was causing me grief there, like I said. If it does, put a bit on and it helps a lot. As you can see, that's gone right in there. Don't worry if you've got a little bit of lip there, because it's not going anywhere, guys, because they've got these little lips from the screws anyway. I will try and do that a bit. Yeah, they're not going in anymore anyway. And then do the same with that one. And then, there you can see, you have done the left side, and that looks pretty cool. And there you have the lower and upper wishbone on the left side with your brake disc and caliper attached to the steering column, steering rack should I say. Suspension just got hang loose for a second. We don't need to move that and do nothing with that. But look at that, guys, it's looking pretty cool. And now guess what we're gonna do? Do the other side, of course. Right, now I'm not sure whether to do this in slow. Oh, before we carry on, that's all I did, look. Put a bit of WD in the top if the WD can, and just put your screws into there. Does wonders. Now, we've got to do the same again on this side. So guys, just before we put it on a speed video, so we ain't going to be watching this all day, just make sure you've got it the right way like that. And then that slots into there like that. And then you get your screws put in. Right, so we need end screws. That's right, isn't it? Yeah, end screws. So right, what I'll do is I'll start these off, guys, and then what we'll do is I'll just put it on time lapse. So you ain't got to be sitting there bored watching me do the same thing again. Right, but I'll just show you how to start it off. Put a bit of oil on there. As it drops off my screwdriver. Do you know what? You can get better screwdrivers than this at the range in the UK. What are more magnetic. I think I need to invest in one of them, to be fair, because they're giving me grief. Right, turn it upside down like so, and then put that, make sure it's the right way, like that. Do you know, I'm questioning myself now. When you question yourself, you've had it, guys. Yeah, it's like that. Alright, so if we put that upside down, where's the screw gone? Do you know what? That's going to be really difficult to get that in there. Twist that round a minute. Guys, follow the instructions, but if you find it an easier way and it suits you, do it. That's my motto on building these models. Just go with it and do whichever's the easy way, and as long as you get the result. As you can see, you push that through the first part of it, and then just carry on screwing that. We'll leave that a bit loose for now until we put the other one in. And the same again here. It's going to be a bit awkward, this one, you know. How are you supposed to get that in there? Ooh. Once you get it in, you'll be fine, but there we go. This is too good to be true, guys. It's all going my way. I don't mind. Now, if that was the DeLorean build, I'd have been there hours. And that cut your fingers and everything. That did. It was a nightmare, that was. I'm telling you that now. If you ever watch any of the other YouTubers building that, World of Wayne's done it. Check it out, guys, and see. You'll know what I mean. I won't want to build that again. It was a wicked build, wicked outcome. But no, I won't want to build it again. Alright, so those are tight. Like so. Right, and then push them down like that. And if I remember right, what we did then, try and show you on shot there so you can see where it's clipping. Tell you what, I'll put it on and then I'll show you. Like that. Hear that click? Done. Right, so you can see that it's attached to the lower right wishbone. It comes around there and it looks like that. Right, so that's that done. So we've placed that down there. And then we needed the upper wishbone, which is there. And what I'm doing, guys, is mirroring the other side, as you can see. And that's how it looks. Like that. So we need 2 end screws. Do you know what? While I'm in a row now, I think I might just keep going live with it and not time lapse it for you. At least you can watch me do it again. Practice makes it perfect, doesn't it? Right, so if I get that there like that, put a bit of oil on it. These screws are real live today, I'm telling you that now. So if I put that there out of shot, like so. Come on. There we go. Well, guys, this one here was a bit tricky to get in, but once you get it in, you're laughing. But it is a bit, needed a bit of persuasion to get that screw in there, to be fair. It was a bit of a tricky one, that was. But stick with it, guys, you'll get it done. Right, let's tighten these up for us. Get these done. Right, now you've got the lower and upper wishbone on, like so. So you can put that screw, and those bottom 2 screws there. And then you get the suspension again, and we need an X screw. So if I lift that up a minute, drop that in there. Don't want to go in that one there. X screw, X screw, X screw. Guys, I've got so much stuff on here today. It's a bit busy this week, as you can see. Right. I'm just going to put a bit of oil on this. And then what we'll do. Right, which way did we do that then? Yeah, it was from the back, wasn't it? Was it from this way? This way, I think. Yeah, that way. Remember, guys, this takes a while to get through the wishbone, and then once it gets through there, you'll go through the bottom of the suspension strut, and it'll come out the other side. What I've done this time is put a bit of grease on it, WD, so it might not take as long as the other one did, and I might not have to cut it off, so you can see what I'm doing. Just careful when you put the screws in, guys, that them straight, if that makes sense, because if them off a little bit, you're going to wreck the thread and you're never going to get a bite the other side, then you're going to cause loads of issues. Yeah, the grease is a lot better, guys. Put it on WD-40 or something. That's gone so easy, better than the other one. So you can get that suspension under there. There we go, like that. So you've got the suspension on now, all the wishbones, bottom and upper. So it's looking so far. Right, and there we've got the right brake disc and caliper. I'll try and show you this one because we never showed you this on the last one. That goes into the bottom of the wishbone. And then if you want to lift the top one up a bit. Oh, sorry, camera. That goes on there, like so. There we go. Sorry about the camera knocking, guys. I'm just trying to show you everything I'm doing here so you can see it without me cutting to it done, if that makes sense. So that's it. If the camera wants to zoom in. Right, so that's all done. Now we've just got to screw those together. So what we'll do is we'll turn it upside down. Yeah, and then we'll put the type G screws in the bottom of the wishbone to attach the brake. So yeah, if you just want to grab it hold like that, put a bit of grease on it again, guys, WD-40. The game with these guys, just make it as easy as you can. And if it's going to make it easier to screw them in, go for it and put the grease on it. I keep saying grease, WD-40. And look how easy that's gone in compared to the other side. Done. Right, yeah, I'm definitely doing it that way. Right, so again, no guys, I'll show you. Look, all you gotta do, dab it in a bit of grease. Try not to do what I've just done and get it all on the top because it just causes you a mess. Right, don't want to get grease on the model, that's all I'm wiping my hands for. Let's come off there, we want to make sure that's on there, guys. Just place that there a sec. And so put the steering rack back on. Like that. And guess what? The screws come off again. Play me what these screws are today. There we go. Put that on there. Yeah, I'm glad I've been able to show you this side because I didn't show you the other one. I wanted to show you how easy it is really to screw them in. Bear with me if it's off shot, guys, because that's the handle I'm better at holding, so it's going in better basically. See, don't matter if there's a bit of a lip there, a gap, because all it is to hold that on and that's not going anywhere. So that's fine. Make sure that's tight. Like so. This steering rack don't want to stay on there, does it? What we'll do is we'll push that back on there. Put a bit of grease on this last one. And then that is all that attached. There we go. You really don't need a lot of this grease on here, guys. Just a dab, just to make it a bit lubricated, that's all. Let's put that on there. Come on now, don't give me no grief. There we go. See, it should be as easy as that. But you gotta understand, I'm trying to do it for myself, doing it here, right, seeing what I'm doing, but I want you to see it as well, if that makes sense, guys. I want you to see how easy it is to put together. I want you to be having the best shots. So yeah, that's all done. See, that looks like it's dodgy, that, but I think once your wheel's on, it's not going to move, so I won't worry about that. But that is it so far for the brake system, the wishbones and the suspension. It's all attached. Wicked. I've just had to fit the steering box where the steering column's going to go. Now I've had to turn it off camera and do that. That was a nightmare. As you can see, you've got to put these two little screws in there in the steering box, and then the steering column's going to come down there and go through that hole there. But there's no way I could get that in shot while I was screwing them in. I've started them off, so I'm going to finish them with you now, as you can see. But yeah, that was a bit fiddly, that was, guys, to be fair. But I hope you don't mind where I've done that off camera, and now finishing it off on camera. See, these are very hard to put in. You've got nowhere to put your screwdriver. I mean, you could fit it down there, I suppose. As you can see, I can't get it properly on shot for you guys. That's why I thought I'd do it off camera and then show you the result and just show you and tell you what I've done. I think that's tight enough. Yeah, it's not moving anywhere, that. So yeah, that's the steering box. It's a bit of a nightmare, but it's done. It is where it is. I'm just checking them are tight as they need to be. And we're nearly there now, guys. I know this has been a long video this week. Hope you're still with me. If you are, please give me a like after this hard issue. And if you're not subscribed already, please smash that like subscribe button for me. But that's all done. Got the brakes, brake calipers, suspension put on, along with the lower wishbone and the upper wishbones. Now, all we've got to do now, let's turn that round and basically fasten the column to the steering rack. Okay, so that's this thing here. We've got to put that silly me, hang on, got to make sure the wheels are straight, it says. There we go. I think those are straight enough. And basically what we're doing, that, see, I think now we've got to undo this thing. You can see him getting a bit annoyed, guys. No, fine. Right, so a bit of persuasion, guys. Put the steering column, join it with those teeth down the steering rack, and basically this is what you're seeing underneath, just there. And then it's telling us to put an F-flanged screw. So let's just place that there a second. So you've got to be careful now because you don't want to snap that. Right, get an F-flanged screw. And this is going to attach the rack, I would have thought, to the bottom. And the steering column to the rack. And then that's going to be done. Right, so if I get this the right way around. So we're in shot. Which is there. I don't know how that's going to go in there, that screw, I hope so. Let's see. Fell off. I'm fine. I'm not going to break down. Right. Let's try that again, guys. Let's get the screw out. In fact, I might be better leaving the screw in there and doing it that way around. Just make sure the wheels are straight. It's so hard to keep it on shot for you guys. I'm trying. Goes in there like that. This is harder than you think, you know. Let's get this screw out. Right, that's that gone. And make sure your wheels are straight, they are. And that's got to be going the teeth there. So you've got to twist that round a bit. Hang on, guys, hang on. Bear with me if you're not in shot, guys. I'm trying my hardest to keep it in shot. But as you can see, it's a bit of a... Right. Try again. I'm wondering if oils will do any good. See, that's not in there very good in the rack, in the box. That's not going to work like that. I think that's as good as it's going to be. So I've gone quiet because I'm concentrating. I managed to get that in. Just going to finish off screwing it here because I've already screwed most of it. Yeah, that's done. That was a bit of a fiddly one, I won't lie to you. But basically that's what we've done there. Getting shot there. You screw the bottom of the steering column, which goes into the box. And as you can see then, that is going to turn the wheels like so. Pretty cool. But yeah, that's all that done. And now finally, which again, brilliant instructions of this build. It's saying you have improved your steering system for this model, and it's showing you with this on top, but it didn't tell you where to put it, when to put it on, should I say. Right, let's do it ourselves. Oh well. Right, let's turn that round like so, and then basically this is going to go all the way around. Or is it that way around? I think it's that way around. Like that. Done. I don't know if we've even got to screw that on, to be fair, because it's not got any, it's not telling us to put any screws on. So yeah, that's it. We're done. That is the finished result of issue 48. Told you it was going to be a good one, didn't guys? All these parts here though, we have not used, so we've got to keep them safe. Guys, I do hope you enjoyed this week's video, issue 48 of the F40 build. I told you it was going to be a good one, but it's a good result what we've got. We've done the wishbone arms, the lower, the upper, the suspension, and put the brake discs and the calipers on it. So it's been a good issue this week, guys. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. If you are, please give it a big juicy thumbs up if you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one. See ya.